Welcome. If you're looking for support, head over to faithfullygrowing.com to learn more about the Faithfully Growing community. As a member, you'll get access to weekly drop-in Zoom sessions, one for everyone and one for IFS practitioners, plus a weekly email with new resources and prompts to assist in your IFS parts work. You'll also have access to a library full of tutorials and tools for your parts work journey. Additionally, I also have a couple spots available for one-on-one IFS sessions. If you're looking to go deeper in your work, book a consult on the website, and I'd love to meet to see how I may be able to support you. As usual, feel free to send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com if you have other questions. Welcome back to IFS Meditations and Insights. I'm Tim Fortescue, your guide on this journey, here to help foster spiritual wholeness and healing through an internal family systems lens. In this compassionate space, we aim to dive into self-discovery and inner knowledge. I truly believe that when we accept all parts of ourselves, we're able to experience divine love and to live more fully. I'm thankful to be part of your path to inner peace and sacred connection. So settle in, open up your heart and mind, and let's begin another episode. The intention of this meditation is to create a gentle, compassionate space for you to connect with your parts, to practice empathy, and strengthen your internal self-awareness. And so let's begin by finding a comfortable position, either seated or lying down. And close your eyes if you'd like to, or if it's more comfortable, you can just let your gaze rest softly in front of you and take a few deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale gently through your mouth. Allow yourself to settle into this moment, feeling your body supported by the ground or chair beneath you. Let each breath bring you into deeper relaxation, releasing any tension or distractions. As you continue breathing, begin to turn your attention inward. Notice how you're feeling in this moment. And try to, without judgment, just observe your inner state. You may feel calm, but you also may feel anxious. You may feel focused, or maybe you're distracted. It's all okay. You're here to simply be present with whatever arises. Now, I invite you to gently call forward any part of you that needs some attention today. This may be a part that feels tired, anxious, overwhelmed, or perhaps a part that is pushing you to keep going. Take a moment to notice which part comes forward. There's no need to force it. Just let it reveal itself in its own time. As this part comes into your awareness, check in and see how you're aware of it, noticing that it's present. Maybe there's a sensation in your body or a visual outside. Or maybe this part keeps repeating the same phrase over and over again, and that's how you're aware of it. Just notice how you feel this part and sense its presence. And check in and see how you're feeling toward it. And if it's something that's not along the lines of those C words like compassion or curiosity, sense of wanting to connect, it's likely another part. See if that part could just stand back and witness for today the part that seems to need your attention. And let the part that may be jumping in, if there is a part, know that it can have a chance in the future too. But we can get to know our system better, one part at a time. But it matters. And if it's able to soften back, thank it for its courage in doing that. If not, maybe that part needs some attention. And you may need to negotiate with the part that came forward first and see if it could soften back. But just take a minute and see what you notice. There's no need to force anything. Just let your parts reveal themselves in their own time. And then once you get a sense that other parts have softened back if they needed to, turn back to the part that seems to need some attention today. As this part comes into your awareness, now see if you can greet it with a sense of curiosity and openness. You might say, I see you, and I'm here to listen. And just listen for a bit with empathy and compassion. And take a few moments now to really connect with this part. Perhaps there's a tightness, heaviness, or a certain emotion. In this compassionate space, allow yourself to sit with it. Maybe even try to feel what it's experiencing without trying to change it. Just be with this part, offering it your presence. If it's okay to ask it another question, and check in to see. Otherwise, you can just be and hold space with this part. But if it's open to another question, maybe ask it to help you understand it a little more and let it know you really want to know it because it matters. and listen to what it might say or feel. It may need reassurance, patience, or simply to know that you're paying attention. Check in and see what it may need from you. Now, offer this part some empathy, which goes right along with that word that you may be familiar with, compassion. You might say, I understand why you're feeling this way. Or let the part know that it's okay to clarify if you're not getting it and you need to understand more. But let this part know that you're here to support it, not to judge or rush it. And if it's feeling rushed in this meditation, that you can take more time after, or maybe you need to pause, and that's okay to pause this recording too. If it feels right, you can even ask this part if there's a story or a memory it'd like to share. And if something comes up, simply listen. Just offering empathy is enough. If the part isn't ready to share, that's okay too. The important thing is that you're showing up with care and understanding. As you continue to connect with this part, notice if there's any shift in how it feels. Even a small sense of relief or calm is a sign that this part is feeling heard. Take a moment to thank this part for sharing its experience with you. See if there's anything else before we wrap up. And let this part know that you'll continue to be here for it whenever it needs your attention. Remember too, don't make a promise that you're not able to keep, so check in with your other parts as you do that. But it's important that our parts know that we're not going to forget about them. And then when it feels right, you can shift your focus back to the present moment where you are now. But as you do that, just one more time, just sense into that feeling of connection between this part and the rest of you. And remind those parts that may have some questions or that we're able to witness, thank them for their courage. Remind them that they can have some time too. And don't forget about them. Thank them for being able to soften back and witness for now. And as you notice all your parts, it may be helpful just to imagine a sense of wholeness, Remind them that they're on a team now. You're the facilitator and leader. Things are different, but we need them. They belong. But they're supported by your compassion and empathy. Just continue coming back to the present moment. You can open your eyes if they were closed. Just take one more deep breath. Know that by listening to your parts, you're cultivating deeper self-awareness and peace. There's a team here. We're all in this together. Just see if you can bring this calmness and empathy that you're feeling right now, even if it's just a drop, from this practice into the rest of your life and those relationships with others. That wraps up another episode of IFS Meditations and Insights. If you found it useful, please follow or subscribe and share the podcast with others and leave a review to help others find the podcast. For more IFS Meditations and Insights, visit blog.faithfullygrowing.com. As always, your thoughts on the podcast are welcome. Send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com. Thanks so much for being part of this community, and remember to be compassionate with yourself and others. And I look forward to our next session together. Until then, take care, stay curious, and embrace all parts of your journey. And know that those parts that may be a little hesitant to being embraced are doing the best that they can to.